Okay, so hello friend, welcome back to my channel again. Today we'll learn about the locator into Playwright. Okay, we'll see what a new locator has been introduced into the Playwright. Okay, we'll also see the use of page.locator for XPath and CSS selector. Okay, and then the use of locator for the list item, how we can use nth first and last from the list item. Okay, and then we'll see the use of dynamic element into the Playwright. Okay, strict mode and locator chaining we will see into the Playwright. Okay, so let's get started. What a new locator. Okay, so the first role, the most commonly used locator into the Playwright is getByRole. Okay, and we'll see how we can use it. Okay, so getByRole looks for two argument. It looks for the first argument. It looks for the rule, and then second argument is optional. It's optional. Option is optional. Okay. So role it will look, let's say you want to work on text box, you need to provide text box as a role. You want to perform button, then you need to provide button as a role. I have prepared a table based on that HTML attribute what we can provide as a role. Okay, so here we have the table. Okay, for get by role, uh, if you want to perform any action onto the button, give the role as a button. You want to perform any action on anchor, just keep the role as link. Let's say you want to work on checkbox, keep the role as checkbox. You want to work on OL or list, give the role as list. You want to work on input or text area, give the role as text box. You want to work on heading, give the role as heading. You want to work on radio button, give the role as radio button. And for li, give the role as list item. So these are possible role which we can, provide as a role on getByRole method under getByRole method. Okay, and the second argument is option. Option, what can be the option? Provide a name. It can be type of string type. Okay, then let's say you want to work on checkbox. Okay, so for checkbox, provide the second argument as checked, and the value of checked can be boolean, means true or false. Okay, and then let's say you want to work on some radio button, then there you can use selected as the selected. You can also use as the option, and value for it will be the boolean. Pressed you can use for toggle button. Let's say you are working on some toggle button, then you can use the argument, the second argument as pressed, and the keep the value as boolean, means true or false, like here I have used. Okay, for button, I have used given the first argument as button and given the name as login. So this is login button. It will perform action on the login button and it will click onto that. Let's say you are working on checkbox, so keep the role as checkbox and checked as true. So this is the option checked, and this is the second option. Checked is true. Boolean value it is asking, so you can give true or false. Okay, so if you, let's say you are working on toggle button, give the name as button, role as button, and then pressed true, like that you can give. For heading, let's say you want to identify heading with the which was of h1 label. Okay, so give the heading, and then label is looking for number, so number you can give 1 2 3, like that. Okay, so now let's use this method into our Playwright. Okay, so previously we had used the get by placeholder. Okay, so now let's say I want to see what are methods available into the playwright with the name of get by. So get by all text means it will look for alternative text for any element, and it can identify the web element based on that. Okay, get by label, it will look for the label, and based on that it can perform the action on that element. Get by placeholder, it will look for the placeholder and it can perform the action onto that. Get by role is the method which I have told you right now. Okay, what are the method? Text ID, text and title. So these are method which are newly introduced into the playwright, and these are very helpful method which you can use to identify any locator and you can perform action on those locator. Okay, so right now we will use get by role method. Okay, so username, so username was text box. Okay, so role I have given as text box because username was the text box. Okay, uh, here let me log out from this screen. So this is Orange HRM. So here we have two input field, username and password. Both are text box. So we can give role as text box. But with the name of text box, this playwright will be confused that on which text box it will fill the username. So I need to provide the second option. Second option I can give name. Okay. And what was the name? Name is username. Okay, like that we can write. Okay, so let's go to terminal and clear it. I want to perform this test. So see, it has entered the username and it has logged into the application. It is working fine. Okay, so this is the use of getByRole. So getByRole is also used for the button here, which we had used to press the login button. I had given the name and it has performed. I have performed the action click, so it has performed the action click on that, and this test case is passed. So here we have used getByRole. Okay, cool. Now let's say I want to, as this was text box, right? So I can use placeholder here. Get by placeholder. What was the placeholder? My placeholder was username. So this was my placeholder. Okay, here you can see this is placeholder username. Okay, so keep the placeholder and I want to perform fill action onto that placeholder. Run it again. Yeah, you can see it has entered admin again with this get by placeholder method. Okay, so like that we can use all the method. Okay, so get by role we can use like that. If you want to work on label, give the label name and it will work on that, like. Okay, and you want to work on get by title. Okay, so for that what you can do, let's say in your HTML we have some code like with the name of attribute, which is having attribute title, and title is for delete record. Okay, so let's say this kind of let's say HTML code dom you have in your application, and let's say you want to work. So here we have the title attribute. So to work with the title attribute we can give page.getByTitle, and the value was delete record, so delete record and get a then action is to click on that, so it will click on that title. Okay, so like that it will work. Okay, so now let's say you are having a button on your screen with the attribute button. Okay, so button attribute is there, but an visible text is login. Okay, so in that case you can write page.getByText, and getByText can be, let's say, login, and then you can perform click on that. So like that it will work. Okay, so this was about this method. Okay, and page.locator, let's see here what we have done. Page.locator method we have used. Okay, so we have used it for XPath. Now let's use it for CSS selector. Let's say I will change it to this. So this is my CSS selector. Okay, now let's use the same method whether it is working for CSS selector or not. Okay, now run it. So you can see that it is able to provide the username and password, and my test has been passed. Okay, okay. So we have seen the use of uh, CSS selector and XPath into same function page.locator. Okay. Okay, now we'll see how to use page.locator for identifying list of element. Okay, for that what I will do, I'll go to this orange channel, I'll log in and go login. I have logged into the application. Okay, now let's say in this left pane I have lots of lists available. Okay, lots of links available. Okay, I want to identify all the links together. I want to identify list of the link which are available into this left pane. Okay, so what I will do, I will, after login, I'll have to wait for the this avatar icon to load. Then what I will do, I will identify list of element. Okay, so what I need to do, first of all I need to inspect this element, this avatar icon, and it is having this alt attribute. Okay, now to wait for this element, wait for this avatar, what I need to do, I'll write one line, because this will log in, and after login we'll have some time, we'll have to wait for some time. Okay, so what I'll do, I will write await. Okay, and then expect, and then page dot get by alt text. Okay, so what is my alt text? Now I need to provide the string as an alt text. Let's see, what was the alt text? Alt text was the profile picture, so I need to wait for this alt text. Okay, and then I'm saying this to be visible. To be visible, it will wait for the element until the profile picture is getting visible. Okay, so this will wait. Now I need to I need to identify the list of element. Okay, so what I will do, I will write console dot log. We will check whether page.locator is able to identify list of element or not. Okay, so for menu item, what I will do, I'll have to get the locator. So locator are under anchor text, okay? And for anchor text, this is my class name. I will write the locator, okay? Locator is my anchor, and it is having class which contains this text, okay? And here you can see we have 12 matching item available into this left pane, okay? So I can write it like that. Class contains main menu item, okay, like that. So this will be my locator. I will say const menu items, okay, and this is nothing but, no, I'll have to use double quote here, okay. Under double quote I will give this class name. So this was my locator. It should identify all the menus item which are available into the left pane, okay. I will do count. Yes, I need the count and I will print the count. Okay, the total count are the count. Whatever count the menu item is having, I will get the count and I will print it. If it will print the total count which we have just got, then we can understand that yes, this is able to, you know, identify list of element as well. Okay, await. We'll have to use the await here also. Now let's run it and let's see how it is working. So playwright test is, testing this test as well. I'll have to, tell, I'll have to stop it. Give me 1 minute. What I will do, I will stop it and I will run this test only. Okay, I don't want to run all the tests which are available into my project. So what I will do, I will just run this test. Okay, to run this I can directly give the command from here, and it is using npx playwright test my first test dot spec.ts. Okay, so it is running this test only. It is navigated to orange hrm. Username password provided. It's logging, waiting for element, and it should print me. Yeah, here you can see that total menu item are 12. Okay, so now we can say the page.locator is also applicable to identify list of element. In Selenium we were writing driver.find elements when we were identifying the list of element, but here with dot locator method we can, you know get the list of locator. We can use the same method for identifying the element based on CSS selector and based on XPath. So this is very useful method into Playwright. Okay. Now we will see what is nth first and last into the list. Okay. So to do that, I'll have to log into Orange HRM again. Let's say these are list. Okay, I want the text from first list. Okay, the first item, it should print me this admin. Okay, then let's say I'll give the nth means any index. We can give the index using nth method, and last means the last. Okay, so what I will do, I will say menu item is having all the locator. Okay, so I will say menu item dot first dot text content. Okay, I want the text, but this is the locator for up to anchor, right? And here up to anchor we won't get the text. Okay, we want to get the text. To get the text, I need to go to this span. Okay, then only we can get the string text which are available into this. So what I can do is like just menu item dot first dot locator, and here I'm saying span dot text content, and let's see what it is printing. Okay, I will save it into a constant. First menu link name. Okay, now I want to print it. This should be my first link. Let's run it now and see how the dot first method is working, if it's working or not. Cool, it has logged in, waiting for the profile picture, and it's done. What was that? First name is object promise. So the promise related issue was there. So what I need to do, I need to use await here. So you can see what's the use of await. Now let's run it again. Now let's see the console. What is the console? Console is saying this is admin. Okay, so using first link, what we have done dot locator here. What we have done the chaining also. Here, what like first will identify up to anchor text. Okay, and then dot locator again we have used to identify the child of that anchor. So the child, under the child we had the span, so we have given the span, and from there I'm getting the text. So this is also called locator chaining. Okay, cool. So similar to that, we can also get the last content. So what I will do, I will tell it this is last menu name, and here I will use dot last. Okay, and here I want to print the last name, last menu link. Okay, and similar to this, let's say if I want the nth. Okay, I want to use nth function. So nth is the for indexing, and under nth we can give third index. Give me the third index. Okay, cool. So here I will print this third menu link, and now I will run it. Let's go to console. So it is saying admin is the first name, last link is bus, and third link is the time. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3. This was based on index, it is giving me this string and this string and this string. So this is how we can use the page.locator to identify the list of item, and we can work accordingly on the list. Okay, we can also use loops if you want to work on list under this. Okay, so that's how we can work on list. Cool. Dynamic element into the playwright. So for dynamic element, what we are doing. For dynamic element, we can write the XPath. Okay, XPath for dynamic element for which let's say the class name is getting changed. So in that case, we just need to change the locator. Let's say I want the locator which starts from. So this icon, using this icon, we can identify all the anchor which starts from let's say RDX main, like that. So with this anchor, I'm getting the 11 links available onto this page. Okay, so using the start with, and let's say after this anything is getting changed, anything into the class name I'm getting is getting changed, let's say. So for those kind of locator, we can write the locator in this way, and we can identify using page.locator in similar way. So this will be dynamic element handling into the Playwright. Okay, strict mode is what? Strict mode says that give me the locator which is available uniquely onto the page. Okay, let's say here we have this dashboard link and that this dashboard link. Okay, and let's say I will write a locator like that. Star contains text dashboard. I don't know why this method is not working since yesterday. Anything which contains this text, right? H6, H6. No, CONTAINS text dashboard. I don't know what's the problem with this. Okay, let's use it. As per me, using this content, the locator, the playwright will identify this and this because both is having same text. And let's say I'm telling it to click on this. So I would say await and then page dot locator. Locator here I'm giving this one. So this will give the conflict. Okay. It should throw me an error with the strict mode. Okay. Let's run it and we'll show you what is this. Okay. Somehow it was not visible. It has waited. Okay, let's run it again. Internet is slow here, I guess. This time it should throw me an error with the strict mode. Contains text dashboard dot click. Okay, let's see. What is that error? It has not clicked on, but it's throw you that kind of error. I don't know why that locator is not working because I'm using the plain locator. Star contains text method, and then dashboard is the locator. Okay, let's try with some other locator and we'll try to figure out where this strict mode error is coming. Okay, in that case, what I can do. Okay, let's see this. Using this locator, I'm getting multiple list item. Okay, and I want to perform click on this without giving any index. Okay, I would say menu item dot click. Okay, I can see it like that. And now let's see. Control C for clear. Control C is for clear. And I will run it. Cool. It should throw an error with strict mode violation. Here you can see that strict mode violation error because the locator which we had given and on which we wanted to perform the click operation, that was identifying multiple locator onto the page, and that was the strict mode error. Okay, that was the strict mode. What is a strict mode error? Strict mode error tells me that the playwright will only perform action on unique locator. If you want to perform action on multiple matching locator, this is action. This is dot click is what? This is action. Dot fill is what? It is action. So I want to perform action on click item. So in that case, it will give me the strict mode violation error. So this is called strict mode violation. Okay. Cool. So this was the strict mode. Locator chaining I have told in this here this step here as well. So like on menu item dot first, it will give the locator up to anchor icon, anchor link, anchor node, and then dot locator, dot and then span. So what I'm doing here, I'm doing locator chaining here. So this is called locator chaining. Okay, this is called a locator chaining. So yes, this was all about this tutorial. We have seen the use of getByRole. We have seen the use of page.locator for XPath and CSS selector. We have seen the use of page.locator for identifying list of element. We have also seen the use of first, last, and dot nth method. Dynamic element. We have seen strict mode error. I have explained you, and then locator chaining. So yes, this was all about this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.